Well, long time no see. But it's good
Yeah.
to talk to you again. So we'll might as well jump right into it. So let me ask, the town has said, or the monsters have said, however you want to say that, that they're trying to break Boyd, but they've been throwing an awful lot of crap at Kenny. Do you
Mm.
think that there's necessarily a reason for that? I mean, we know at this point, I think that he's not going to break, but do you just personally, do you feel like maybe there's a reason? Did he do something to make them want to go after him?
There's a part of me that thinks that the town challenges um, all of its residents' most like strongest potential attributes, in the sense that with Boyd, of course, it's his resilience, it's his resourcefulness, and they're constantly testing that, right? His emotional intelligence, um, and like if you can see it also like in Fatima, like in the first two episodes already, she's like way snappier and way less optimistic and sweet as she's been in the
Mm.
last two seasons. And I think with Kenny, like he kind of represents like the hopeful. He's like in a sense the soul of the town, and so what better way to crush a man's soul than to take everything away from him?
That's fair. Do you think he feels now, though, like there's nothing else they can do? Will that make him, in a way, maybe stronger? Maybe not right now, but down the road stronger.
I'd hope so. We should slide a word to John Griffin. I hope he doesn't just completely crumble. No, I think that yeah, I think that that's the thing about Kenny is he it's like that old Rocky quote, right? It's like, it's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how many times how hard you get hit and you get back up. And I think that that is Kenny, and I think that he feels like he owes that to his mom and his dad and the people of the town to keep going and keep fighting.
I feel like he needs a purpose right now after everything that's going on. Do you think maybe he'll ever be deputy again? Think that could
Um,
potentially.
I've always felt that like Kenny never really lost he never really stepped away from his responsibilities as deputy. Like I think he obviously turned his badge in and he stepped away from the relationship with Boyd at that point, because of being betrayed by him. But I never felt like he stepped away from his duties and his responsibilities as deputy. I feel like he was always still around town facilitating, helping out with resources and supporting the residents of the town however they needed, um, and helping people get acclimated when new people show up. So I don't think he ever stepped away from his duty as the deputy. Will he ever put that label back on himself and kind of reconnect that relationship with Boyd? We'll have to wait and see.
Do you think you talk about when he couldn't forgive him? Do you think they're good now, though? I feel like after, the hug and everything that maybe they're doing a bit better. I don't know. Do you think he's forgiven him for that?
I mean, it depends on like it depends on like your like resolution style, right? Like I have family members that like we just like make up without ever addressing the big fight that we had, and then I have family members where they're like, no, we need to talk about this. And I think that between Kenny and Boyd, they've never really addressed the elephant in the room, and they've never had that conversation. They just kind of maintain this working relationship. So I don't know that it's all better, because there's again definitely some unspoken, there's some unresolved things between the two of them, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Speaking of that, obviously the town makes people kind of crazy, makes them do bad things. Do you think there's ever a chance that he could reconcile somewhat with Sarah? I mean, I don't know he necessarily would ever forgive her, but that maybe they could, I don't know, get along a little better at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah. I've like seen this weird thing on the Reddits on the forums, that they're like shipping Kenny and Sarah now, which I'm like I mean, yeah, I guess it's I don't know that we'll ever do that. I don't know if we're the show to do something like that. But I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't write the show. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. We know that Tabitha got out. If he ever got out, what would be the first thing Kenny would run to do you think, other than go see his family, or, well, any other family he has, I guess? What would
I
be the first thing he would do?
I always imagine that this is going to be really sad, especially with what just happened last week. I always imagine that outside of town, that Kenny's family owned a restaurant, and I think the first thing he'd do is he'd go to his family's restaurant to check to see if his family's there, to see if they're really gone.
All right, that makes sense. All right, well, it's time to wrap, but thank you. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing the finale. I've seen 9 of them, so
Yeah, 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 yeah.
pretty far ahead, but I really do love this show. I think you know that by now. So
It's about to get crazy.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna be so mad because it'll be so good, and you're gonna be like, ah,
Well,
now I gotta wait.
every episode ends on a cliffhanger and drives me nuts as it is. So
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, oh, okay, cool. Now I just gotta wait several months.
yeah, I can wait even longer. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Great to see you again.